Hey guys, Josh McDonald here, joshmcdonald.net. Today I want to talk about traffic, metrics, DR, comparing why traffic is better than DR, and a couple other things. So what I have here is, you guys, if you do any guest posts, you get a lot of spammed lists of, they're called guest post lists, but they act more like PBNs. Someone owns these 100+ sites and they're selling backlinks for a very affordable rate. I'm going through it. I'm just going to use this as an example. I don't know if I'd ever buy any of these. We'll check the quality. So if I open up Ahrefs, which I've done here, I've done a batch analysis here. You can see right off the bat, right here, there's a solid DR50. And as you guys know, Ahrefs is one of the better crawlers. I think it's the second most powerful crawler on the internet, second to Google, if I'm not mistaken. That could be wrong, but I believe I read that somewhere. It's much more powerful than Moz. Moz DA is the worst. I don't know if you still can do the redirect trick where you just redirect a domain name and it bumps the DA up to like a crazy rate or a crazy number, but DA and Moz they're just trash. If they're there's a good market for them. They were recently acquired, I believe, back in June, back when Stack Overflow was kind of right around the same week, I believe. They they do have a market. I mean, they have sales, they have users that are happy. It's just for beginners. If you're more advanced, if you watch these videos, you've probably already graduated from Moz. So DR Majestic is not bad. Majestic, the topical trust flow specifically, is really good for bulk analyzing thousands of domains, thousands of pages, trying to just categorize them. Just if you're looking for expired domain to reuse for a new project, or you're looking to make a PBN for a specific client. It's nice to find a PBN that has links in that space. So, but other than that, Ahrefs is really the go-to. Now, I generally look for high DR, but traffic tells a whole other story, right? Obviously, it tells like penalties. So this site is still ranking for some keywords, but it has no traffic. So it's likely a DR50 domain with zero traffic. It's likely it's penalized, even 4390. I mean, this is a powerful domain name, and for it to only have 43 traffic, something's going on. Even 10 pages of content with a DR30 domain would have hundreds, if not thousands of traffic or visitors predicted. And this number, obviously, on Ahrefs, I generally find it to be off by a multiple of 3. So 7,000 traffic is probably closer to 21,000. Now, the story with traffic that I like is unless they're going after really, really easy keywords, generally the more traffic a site gets, the better it ranks, right? Of course, that's obvious. And the better it ranks, generally the better Google values it. It might be better optimized, but generally the more Google values it. And so it's almost like a prediction. As we know, PageRank is no longer public. That's been gone for years. It's still used internally. It's just we don't have a way of checking PageRank, right? And so we have these DR metrics that kind of predict that. But a good way to look at that is also the traffic. If a site's ranking, then it must be generally a good domain. Google must see it as a good domain. And so if you're getting, which means in addition, it also gets crawled more frequently. So if you're getting a niche edit, then you're going to get crawled probably within 24 hours if it's a high traffic site, because Google crawls, sites that have high traffic. It crawls them much more frequently than some other, page with zero traffic. Even if it's still DR50, it might only get crawled once a month or so. So the reason that traffic is important is because it's probably more accurate than DR. Not always, these are both good, and because this can be skewed, right? More pages, better optimization. If this has 10,000 pages and this only has 10, then obviously DR is going to be more indicative of which is the better domain, and traffic is going to be kind of wonky. But all things the same, the site that has more traffic is going to be the better site to get the link from. It's better. Google has a better idea of it, has better reputation. It hasn't been penalized. The problem with a lot of these sites, actually all these sites on the list, is they accept guest posts from anybody. And so people who are churning and burning and ranking and banking, they're just buying a ton of links and they'll just blast them, with cheap PBNs, any sort of cheap tier 2 link to get quick rankings, but they're just killing these sites right here. And so some of these have got hit. I mean, if you click on any of these, let's just do this real quick. But actually, let's check out the penalized one. Overview. You can see it right there, right? So it was probably an expired domain name. This was probably some sort of legit site, all the way up until here, and then somewhere around early 2021, um, let's see, March, April, someone just blasted it and just really screwed it up for everybody. So the traffic probably dipped. Let's check organic search here. Recording in 4K has my computer acting a little slow. That's weird. There's no traffic data here for this. So, anyways, I'm sure that's what happened. They sold enough guest posts to some shady people, and it got blasted. So that's why, when you're buying guest posts, it's nice to find people who are doing actual outreach. And I do my outreach internally when I'm working on a client from social media. Instagram, Twitter, whatnot. If you have a big brand, you have 30,000 followers, 50,000 followers, you're a legit business doing outreach. Social media outreach is very, very powerful. Unless it's really hard to show your power when your authority when you're reaching out from an email, right? Unless you're emailing from Josh McDonald at Walmart.com. Of course that would get a great response rate, but some random company, it's obviously a lot harder to get a response. So, anyways, that's all for now, guys. Any questions on the importance of traffic when it comes to vetting sites to get backlinks from? So PBNs or guest post sites, just drop in the comments. Happy to help.